Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday. No news. I think we call it No News Thursday. Is that what today's going to be? Anyway, my name is Tyler and welcome to today's ad-free live stream. If you're here for the first time, I'm so glad that you decided to join us this morning. I'm going to be here to help navigate with you the world of day trading futures. Now, during these live streams, I'm going to be breaking down live price action. I'm going to be sharing my trading bias and show you real-time trades to give you a front row seat to all the action. It's going to be a good time. Now, if you're watching this stream after the fact, after the stream is ended, you can jump right down to the key moments to see all the trades. Using the chapter markers below, you'll find all the trades that I've taken, also with a detailed explanation so you can learn exactly what I was thinking and why. Now, some of the days I don't actually get to them, but most days I go back and I actually go through the entire video to make sure I'm marking where the important parts are. Also, for those of you that want to take the next step in your funded journey, you can use the code DTJ to get 80% off your next Apex account. Now, today I am going to be trading a 25K eval account. So if you want to join me in that, grab the link down in the description, use the code DTJ, and you can get 80% off your funded account. If you do a 25K account, it actually is $29. That's the cost, $29. To get that, we're going to be using an eval this morning to trade the expected choppy price action, but we'll see. Before we really get into it, let's open in prayer. Father, we thank you for the opportunity we have as day traders to produce wealth. Father, we receive from you what you have for us in the market. We don't take. We are not greedy. We don't have any selfish ambition. We renounce that and we receive what you have for us today. We will be patient and we will wait. Thank you, Father, for the opportunity to build wealth. In your name, amen. All right, folks, let's rock and roll. Let's get into it. I got a couple things I got to get it set up before I'll be all squared away, but let's see. Let's get a bigger view of what we've seen. Let's go to the 15-minute. It's kind of my bellwether. So we have dropped overnight, come up, tagged. Let's find out where our midnight open is. Let's get all of those good things on there. I made the mistake yesterday and I kind of cut the corners a little bit and it resulted in just a quick loss. Just such a newbie move. Okay, let's go to the daily. The daily time frame. Why are we on the daily? First thing we want to do on the daily is look at not today's candle, but the previous day. We want to mark our high and low. Okay. Once we mark our previous day high and low, we'll see that pop up on the chart, as you can see here. There it is. Let's drag that over to line that up appropriately. These are our levels. These are our probably some of the most important levels. The next thing that you can do is you can mark out London session. London session is typically from 3 a.m., 2 a.m. till 5 a.m. So we want to find our highs and lows between 2 and 5. Good morning, sweetie. Okay, love you. All right, so it looks like our low is right here. This is our London low. We'll mark that. And then where is 5? 7 a.m. Looks like this was pretty much our high that was taken out. No, this would be our high. We'll do this as our high for London. And it looks like we swept that. Do you guys see that? We've already swept that high. London high. Next thing that we want to do while we're on this 15 minutes is we want to find midnight open. Midnight open. is right here. Boom. So midnight open, if we're looking at this candle right here, this is, if you look at the bottom right here, you will see the box right there. It says 12 a.m. That's what we want to mark. And if it's a green, we need to take the bottom level. If it's black, we want to take the top level. Basically, we want to mark the opening price. Then I label that midnight open. Now the last thing that we're going to do is we want to find our new day opening gap, which will be from the end of day trading yesterday, around 4:59, right there, 4:45. The end of this price, we want to find the close of this price, and then the opening of this price. So all super close together. So we're just going to use the opening price, and we will use that as our level. If it's so close like that, I'll just reference it as a line. New day opening gap, and it is the 3rd. Okay, we have now successfully put everything but the last two things on our charts, and we can't see those till open, and it looks like we just had open. So let's drop down to the 1 minute chart, and let's mark those on our chart as well. I want to mark our 9:30 opening price right here. And then last thing is we want to check out the regular trading hours, and we want to find out where our opening range gap is. And it looks like we have a nice opening range gap. This is our opening range gap. This is going to be most likely our first draw on liquidity. Okay. Now that we have that, let's go back to regular trading hours, and let's see, has midnight open been ran? Midnight has been ran. We've swept these lows. This looks nice. The close of this candle will probably produce a push higher right there. And I'm just not ready. All right, there's the close. We should run this high right here. I called it. Let's see if it does it. That was the close that I'm referring to. And I said when we close, we should run this high right here. I'd be moving your stop to break even because we did just tap the new day opening gap from the previous day to the basically almost the tick. So I would be taking profit, some profit, and then see if we can hold to this high. That's 25 handles, 20 handles from the entry point. I just wasn't ready. I didn't have everything loaded, so I missed that opportunity. There's the tag right there. There you go, folks. One and done. Get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. That's how it should be. I just wasn't ready. Okay, we have our London high just ran right now. And where's our previous day high? Here's our previous day high is sitting up here. Okay. I'm looking at this as a reversal right here. Look at this. This would be really nice. We hit the midpoint of the gap. We ran midnight open and London high. Let's see if it leaves this swing high sitting right here, this minor buy side right here. If it leaves this, which is possible, or it may just pump. We'll see. Good morning, everyone. I'm just checking out the chat. Good morning, Ted, Deborah, Cassius, Jordy, Jonathan, Alkai. Glad that you're here this morning. Welcome. Tony, how you doing, my friend? It's going to be a good one. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is if we are going to turn here after we hit the London high, if we change directions, you need to plan on it being relatively the same speed. It could take a little longer, but typically price likes to be symmetric. I tagged the volume imbalance in the fair value gap. What time frame on that, Ted? DDT, good morning. We want to see this react right here. It needs to run higher right now. I'm not taking this. It's too high. And we also hit some liquidity here. Level, midpoint, 50% typically right away. First 30 minutes. 1 minute, got it. Viking, what's going on? Surgical Striker. How you doing? Yes, I marked out that 50% right there. Also in the yesterday's opening range gap. This is why I'm not interested in a long. We got a lot of things that I just ran into. When things slow down for us a little bit here today, after we take our trades, after we get some wins, I have something I want to chat about. Wiki, yes. And it's expected. Tomorrow is what, Deborah? What's tomorrow? Why are we on an eval account today? Or why am I on an eval account? Maybe your demo. Can anybody tell me? You need to know these, Deborah. This is important. First Friday of the month is always important. Non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is a huge news day. 8:30 news on Friday, first Friday of the month. The day before, what did I tell you guys? First off, I told you that let's see if it gives us a mirror image of the other side. Maybe a little bit longer, but it should move as quickly. If it's going to go lower, it will move as quickly as it went. Okay? But when you have NFP, the day before, you do not want to trade. Or it's a good day to practice your trading, practice patience. If you are in the stage of your trading where you're trying to still pass your first eval account, it's a day you want to do demo only. It's not a day you want to try to pass your account. If you don't care as much with your eval accounts, then you can trade your eval accounts. I have a tendency to do that, and that's not going to happen today. I was a little loosey-goosey yesterday with my eval account, and I didn't like it. Just going back, I'm like, why did I do that? It's like, come on. You always think what you're doing is fine, and then after you sit back and you think about it, you're like, that was just foolish of me. Felipe, morning with Jesus. Good morning, Felipe. I do have something we're gonna talk about a biblical principle here this morning. We will be talking Jesus talk this morning. There's something that I believe has a huge impact on our trading, and the Bible has the answer. And if you don't believe me, hang out and find out, folks. I promise you. All right. Nice reaction off of this. Great push higher. My next point of interest is filling this opening range gap. Seeing how we react with that. We have our new day opening gap sitting right here, right next to this swing high. And then we have previous day high up here. Now, very possible we don't hit the high or low. It could be an inside day, just like yesterday was. Actually, to be honest, I don't think we're going to hit the low. I think if we do hit anything, it will be the high. So I just decided my bias. I am bullish. News in 2 minutes. What is the news, Felipe? I didn't look. Villainous, welcome. How you doing? Going for that buy side. I agree. The 1 hour, it probably does look good on the 1 hour. Here's the hourly. We got imbalance here, so we could see some hesitation sitting here on this 1 hour. Or let's just see how it reacts to that level. I'll drop that on the charts. Does look bullish to me. Not PMI, no way. PMI. Oh, okay. Yes. ISM Services PMI. Okay. It's not the release of the PMI report, but still important. It comes out at 10, final services PMI. That's orange level. I'm not concerned about that. 10 o'clock I'm not really concerned about, but we will not want to take or get into a trade, a minute before that. We'll want to wait and see how the market reacts. Josh, welcome. Little John. Josh Little John. I need to stop gambling with my evals. It's hard, though. I'm trying to pass in one trade. I've got 6 fundeds that I try small and I'm more serious with. Any advice on how to pass evals and sizing? The answer you don't want to hear, are you ready, is to trade it just like your funded accounts. If you don't want to trade that way, take just double the size what you do in your funded accounts. So if you do 5 micros on your fundeds, go 10 micros on your evals. Okay, that's an option. Today, what I think I'm going to do, I'm embarrassed to even tell you guys this. I didn't even care about my 25K account, and I didn't pass it. I just let it go. So I'm waiting for my new eval account to drop so I can actually trade this morning, because I'm not trading my funded accounts. So I understand. I didn't care. I'm still waiting for it to pop up. I don't know why it is not. But the second thing, Josh, is 100% you only take the same trades you take as you would with a funded account. You don't take crap trades. Don't take B+, B-, A- setups. Focus on A+ setups. Focus on your model. Here's the advice. Anybody can tell you do A, do B, do C, do D, do whatever it is. Here's the problem. And this is human nature, and this is why so many biblical principles apply to everything that I'm teaching, is because it is human nature for you to not want to follow your rules. It's human nature for you want to do what you feel is good and right in the moment, instead of being disciplined and saying, no, this is what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. It's like being a believer, right? There's ways we're supposed to walk. There's things we're supposed to stay away from just because the Bible tells us so. What do? I don't know. What do you do? Do what you do in public, is it the same as what you do in private? That affects your ability to trade. Because if you can't be disciplined in private, how are you going to be disciplined in your trading when nobody's watching? This is an issue. This is a internal issue, not a strategy issue. In 99% of traders, including myself, it is an issue of being able to follow what you said you're going to do, despite how you feel in the freaking moment. And I talk this way because this hits home for me, folks. It hit home. It hits home. All right, I like this order block. This is a long right here. If I had my demo account ready, I would be taking a long right there. Be moving my stop to break even as soon as I hit this high. What do you guys think? We got, do you think we can hit 50 people on here today? Yes, I do watch the number because I've been wanting 50 for a while. My goal's to get to 100. Goal's 100 right now, but What the heck? Come on. I don't know why it's not showing up. Okay, I'm okay with the consolidation. I'm okay with a little bit of consolidation. I see this as a minor buy side. As long as your stops to break even, I would be just letting it do its thing. If it stops you, if it comes below, then it does. That's okay. Nice thing about my strategy, whether it's the breaker or the inversion model, is I try to, and I have rules around when I move my stop to break even, because I don't like taking losses. I mean, does anybody like taking losses? And the way you do that is by moving your stops to break even as soon as you can. Not as soon as you can, but when it's appropriate. And typically you want to move your stops after you run a level of liquidity. Okay? So the second reason is if I see price hanging out in a fair value gap, which this is our fair value gap right here. If I see price hanging out in this area, I also want to put my stop to break even, because typically when I see price hit an imbalance, I want it to run away. Look what happened here. This is a perfect example of what the ideal in fair value gap should respond like. This is beautiful. It's when we come into it multiple times that, yes, it could still go higher, especially if it's a significant fair value gap. Look at the first fair value gap from yesterday. I told you we would be bearish only if we cross a specific fair value gap. And look what fair value gap that was. It was this one right here, bearish below this fair value gap. I left this on here. Let's look when we closed below it. Okay. We closed below it. Did we close? We closed below it for the first time here. And we react by running the high, and then we collapse. So were we bullish after this? 100%. This was the manipulation leg. Grabbed the liquidity and collapsed. Okay? Tip, if you can find the right fair value gap, this was the right fair value gap. Okay, let's see. Where is our price right now? Where's our first fair value gap anyway? Right here. There's our first fair value gap on the day. Well, this sucks. I'm going to create a model out of this. I decided when we have a trending market, it works beautifully. Especially when it overlaps with an order block, and we know we have a higher draw on liquidity. When we get aggression and large displacement, we can use this first series of down close candles as our order block. When price comes back into it, we can use that first fair value gap as our entry. That gave us 20 points. No, gave us 30 points. But I'm still sitting here, guys, because when I purchased that eval this morning, it hasn't loaded into my account yet still. So I'm flying naked right now. Got nothing. Let's see. Totally agree. Yep. Single-minded, integrity, God's word. Alkai, yeah. Josh, past 2 days, NQ has been so slow, it seems. Yes, Josh, that's expected. This just comes in time and just getting the right information. Everything that I've learned has been from ICT, and he has not steered me wrong at all. You need to understand that when there is major news events, CPI, FOMC, non-farm payroll, those are typically the big three. When you have those news, the day before and the day before that, typically up to 2 days before, you can start to see choppy price action. Slow price action. So I did one funded account trade. I didn't copy it because I already decided that I wasn't going to trade. And then I moved completely to eval. I was eval all day yesterday. So just understanding that and then accepting it. The key word is accepting it. And some days I accept it better than other days. I'm just being honest. Holy cow, I would have passed my account. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see? Yes, I know I'm not in it. I called it. It was like right here when I said it because I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about something else. But when I saw this order block here, that bullish OB, overlapping with this fair value gap, understanding we could see higher prices. Beautiful. There is the opening range gap close. Correct. Yes. Despite what many may think, it is easier for me to call the market than it is for me to call the market while in a trade. 100%. The more I do it, though, the more confident I'm becoming even in my own trades. Because it's just like anybody, right? When you're in your own trade, you second guess your own decisions. But when I'm not in a trade, man, it's like I call it to the tick. But the more I do it, the more confident I become. It happens it just takes time, man. All right, so I would not be using this fair value gap as a long. Actually, I want to see if we're going to close above this blue box here in the next 2 minutes. This is the hourly, and the hourly closes in 2 minutes. If we do, we're probably running to this high. Doesn't necessarily mean right away. We could retrace and then run to the previous day high. But I'm seeing a beautiful market maker sell model in the making. It goes up to go back down. If you guys are liking the commentary so far, if you appreciate it, hit the like button for me. All that commentary, 100% free. Called the market, planned on it, hitting this order block in this fair value gap with a push higher, filling the rest of the opening range gap. And then if it has the energy, this previous day high. Those are the targets currently. Let's see how it reacts. Closes in 15 seconds. It looks like we're going to close inside this. So that hourly fair value gap closes in 10 seconds. We wanted it to close above this fair value, this box right here. Nope, no close above. So we closed. Did you see that wick? All right. Looks like we're going to probably run this right here. Okay, we hit the new day opening gap. It was just a level, so I expected resistance, but let's see if we can push through it. We're too close. Now, we could get a retracement before we actually hit the previous day high. It's very common. Or it may just want to run through it if it's going to run to it right now, it would do it so from a level like this. But if it creeps up to here, then it will retrace. If it's going to run this level, it's going to run it with 20 handles of space. If it doesn't do that, it'll creep up here, retrace, and then end up running it. That's how I look at it. I am slightly becoming annoyed. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to my funded accounts and I'm doing a micro. I'm just getting annoyed. And make sure my micro chart is working correctly. There it is. All right, so trades will be on here when I take them. Freaking A. Slightly perturbed. Yes, hour is nice. It did close inside the hourly fair value gap. So honestly, what I would be looking at is the potential that we sweep this high, villainous, sweep the previous day high, and then we begin the market maker sell model. So at this point, I don't care of it going any higher than the previous day high. I'm going to use that as my opportunity to look for a short. I don't need that much for a short. Fifteen-minute. Let's see. Got 11 minutes on that candle. I want another push higher. This should run. Let's see if it closes above this order block here. Or this potential order block. I agree with you, sir. Only using a micro. Maybe 2 micros so I can sell one, hold the other. There's the high. Wonder if we'll get a reaction short. I'm half tempted just to want to try that. Treating this as a... I want to treat this as a turtle soup. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Only way I'll wait is... depending on, I want a 1 minute change in state of delivery. Could we go higher? I think we could. Let's look at the manipulation leg and see if what we got. All right, if we do targets, one standard deviation is just above the previous day high. That looks the best. 2.5 is sitting above that. 3, 4. I like the way the first standard deviation looks. Yeah, we are in that 15-minute fair value gap. It is overlapping. Let's see, 5-minute. I'm gonna watch this level here. This is the inversion fair value gap. If it comes all the way up to here, I want to see it find resistance there. That's what I'd mean. Does not look like it wants to stop, so just sitting here now, folks. I missed my opportunity when I wanted to take this long. I just didn't have everything set up yet. If you guys are liking the commentary again, we got quite a few people on here compared to what I've normally seen. Hit the like. If you guys are liking the commentary, do me a solid and tap the like button for me. It just tells the algorithm that you guys are enjoying what you're watching. Thank you. All right, I'm not going to take this trade, but I want to see after we hit previous day high, what happens when we have a 1-minute change in state of delivery. I'm going to watch that. Mister, I'm doing well today. Thank you. We're in full fall season. Currently getting ready for a football game on Sunday for my son. Putting up solar panels on my roof during the afternoons after I'm done trading. Working on becoming self-sufficient because the world is in utter chaos right now. Okay, see how I was waiting? My idea behind a turtle soup is once we hit a previous level, I want to see a 1-minute change in state of delivery below a green candle. Once we get that, that tells me we have an opportunity for a short, potentially. Now, this is untested, it's untried, and I'm just watching it. Thank you, mister. We will receive today what the Lord has for us. I believe the Lord does have something for us today. Holy cow, I'm just amazed it's not loaded yet. It's just incredible. Macro, so I don't have anything yet. Not in anything. I was reloading my copier account to see if my evals have loaded, and they have not. So that's, I'm not in any trade. Just sitting here. Okay, look how we pushed higher. Taking note, look how we pushed higher but didn't break the high. The bodies went into the rejection block. This is a rejection block. And now we're seeing if we're going to close below this initial push higher. I'm willing to go short on that. I'm going to take a mini single micro trade, folks, right here. We're going to see if this pans out. I'm just curious. I'm testing my theory that we are getting a turtle soup based on us closing below that. And our previous day high is sitting right here. That's our previous day high. So already up 10 handles. Up 20 handles, 30 handles, 40 handles, 50 handles. We'll sell it there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was... Look at this thing just drop right now. Why am I not still holding that? Oh my gosh. Do you guys see that? Holy cow. Well, folks, the turtle soup worked. The turtle soup worked. For those of you watching, this right here on the screen, I do all my analysis on my main chart, which is on the minis. So I took the trade based on what I saw here, but switched over to the micros so you could see my execution. Watching this inversion fair value gap right here. Let me go back to the minis here. I want to see how it reacts right there. This is our first. I expect a rejection right here. That will be another video, folks. I'm going to turn that into a video. Oh my goodness. Guys, okay, I just want to say I'm not that good. This is the truth. This is the truth. Traders on YouTube will take what just happened here and be like, I'm the best ever. I can't help it. I vomit amazing trades. It's just not true. Now, I did expect the market to go down. Did I expect it to drop 50 handles in a single candle? No. In 2 minutes, we got 50 handles. Yeah, I expected it to drop. Not that much. Not that fast. Okay? Felipe just made $500 with 3 micros. I did 1 micro, copying all my counts. I made about $400. But the principle's still the same. So let me answer your question. Who had that? Was it Felipe? No. Who said recraft the product? Josh. Can you read? Yes. It's very simple. Okay. Josh? Were you on when I was marking up my chart before open? If not, go back and rewatch my pre-market routine. Watch my pre-market routine. I mark my previous day high. I mark the London high. I mark my opening range gap, new day opening gap, mark the 9:30 open, midnight open. I mark all of those levels because those are my important levels I want to see every day. Well, when we ran this opening range gap and we filled this area and then we ran this high so quickly, honestly, the moment we hit this high, I'm thinking to myself, turtle soup. Why? Look how fast we go from this low, 19,900, to this high, 20,100. We went 200 handles in 30 minutes. Now, I've seen bigger candles in 1 minute, but the point is, it was a straight shot. I'm already thinking reversal. I'm already thinking that. So I'm not an expert in turtle soups, but here's what I do know. If I'm going to take a turtle soup, here's how I'd want to take it. I want to take my last up close green candle and I want to wait for a close below it. This would be a change in state of delivery right there. Specifically, it is a 1 minute change in state of delivery. Now, 1 minute change in state of deliveries aren't super reliable on higher time frames. But when we're looking for a turtle soup, it can be our opportunity for an entry. I got in short as soon as the 1110 candle closed below the opening price of the 1006 candle. As soon as I closed it, we retraced for half a second and then just expanded lower. I did not expect this large of a candle. I mean, nobody does. Nobody can predict a candle like that. You can't, okay? Now, I do see us going down more. We just referenced this order block here. The bodies stayed below it. We hit this inversion fair value gap sitting right here. Look at the wick. And fill the majority of this candle. We should push lower. And I told you, I'm already looking for a market maker sell model. So this could easily be a market maker sell model. Price action is actually really nice today. Did not expect it to be this nice. Wilhelm, good morning, my friend. Glad to have you. We're just hanging out. Oh, by the way, if you guys saw that trade and you haven't hit the like button, Thank you. Or you can use the code DTJ to get a 80% off your Apex eval accounts. If you want to use that as well, you can do that. That's a great way to say thank you. Entry F. I don't know what IFCG means. Oh, thank you. Inversion fair value gap. Are you talking what time frame, what candle? Emmanuel. You could have played this right here. That is an inversion fair value gap. You could have played that. But I do expect price to run. It's going to be as quick as it went up. It will go as quickly down here. I'm just waiting for another retracement. I'm hoping we get one. Villainous. Okay, highest green candle at 10:06. From the initial push higher, we started getting choppy after that. This was the one that I wanted. It could have been this one. It could have been the 10:09 candle too, Villainous. There is some discretion on you figuring out which one works best for you. You also could have done the first one that hit the previous day high. It could have been this one here, but you would have missed the trade completely. This is the safest answer here. That level there. Because this is the first candle that hits the high. This is a change in state of delivery on the 5-minute. Guarantee it. Technically, we haven't even changed. Wait, that's a 15-minute. Let's go to 5-minute. Yeah. Change in state of delivery on the 5-minute right here. It didn't give it to us, but there's one there. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I told you it's going to go as fast as it went up. And it didn't give, I didn't go in short because I'm still talking about the trade and was still starstruck by my 50 handle move in 2 minutes that I didn't get in or do anything here. Right here, it doesn't surprise me that this is happening. Midnight open. Target completion of this whole thing, and then it probably is going to get super crappy, is 9:30 and the swing low right here. Stage 1 right here. Stage 2 will be a little bit of consolidation unless it just wants to go right away. We can use this body's low as our entry, as our model. Okay, where's the X? Where's my X? Let's just call that X right there. Okay. Come on, I want my eval to be up and ready. Come on, please tell me it is up and ready to go. It is not. Son of a gun. All right. I'm not fully on the short here right here. I like it. It could, but usually before you see your stage 2 run, which is going to be another big run, you're going to see some consolidation. This consolidation can be short, but it also tends to be a little bit longer. Okay? I mean, just look left. Look at this consolidation here. We want to see consolidation over here. No, this is kind of just, you feel it. Like, how do I explain this? Look at this low, the start of our run to this high. Okay? We went approximately 36 bars. Do you guys see the 36 bars, 36 minutes on there? We want to double that. So it's going to be 72. So it will eventually run our level somewhere around between, my guess is 10:45 and 11. That is my expectation. That it's gonna take about 73 bars. It took 36 to get there, another 36 to get down. It's not an exact science, but you tend to see structure be very symmetrical in nature. So I'm looking between 10:45 and 11 o'clock that we would run this low. So you got to be patient. I mean, honestly, can you imagine if I was still holding that turtle soup? I will get there one day. I should have took 2 micros, sold 1. Holy cow. That's still just, by far, I think that by far was the best entry I've ever had. I'm not kidding. That's 160 handles so far. To the 200 handles down to close this whole idea. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Ted. I've gotten so comfortable with taking my 10, 20 handles. I mean, today, I had to pull an audible because I was coming in today planning on trading a 25K eval account, and my goal was to take 2 trades on it and get 10 handles per trade with 4 contracts to pass my eval account in 2 trades. But for whatever reason, it's not loading. So I have not been able to take an eval trade yet. I don't know why it's not loading. I've closed out. I have. Yeah, I know. It's done the same for me. I don't expect it to come back up here. I really don't. At most, maybe wick up to this level here to hit this order block. So we'll call that a bearish OB. At this point, our best opportunity for a short is an inversion. Okay? Our best, let's go to the 30 second, see if we have anything. It would be right here. If we close below this, I'm willing to take a trade here in however many seconds it is. That's going to run without us. All right, I'm going to take that short. I'm hoping it runs this low. As soon as it runs that low, I'll be moving my stop to break even. Okay, stops at break even. We're going to let this run to, if it will give it to us, don't stop me out. It's going to stop me out. Okay, stopped out at break even. That's okay. I'll take break even trades. I'm 100% okay with break even. It's the model, folks. It's the model. And you guys saw that. Let me go to the 30-second. Here's what I was looking at since we're here. We went short based off of the close of this 30-second. When we closed, we run this low. When we run this low, we move our stop to break even. Because our close was way down here, it's so easy for us to get stopped out. That's why I love the trades that close below the fair value gap, right below or right above the fair value gap. Okay, so it is what it is. Doesn't surprise me. What I want to see now is a sweep of this liquidity here. Maybe push a little bit past it. Something like this. And then we do this. We'll continue back lower. That's my expectations. You could take this inversion long right here in 8 seconds. Based on the aggression, it wouldn't surprise me if it works. It did not close, so no trade. Equal highs. It's going to run it without you. So there's that run I told you about. You could just tell by this aggression. Now, this is very aggressive. This is very aggressive. I think we're getting a deeper retracement than what we've seen. So it could come all the way back up to here. It just depends on how we react to this order block right here. Yeah, I'm not liking anything long right now. You could look at, I'm not bullish, folks, but this is a breaker. Honestly, I honestly would want to see this breaker fail and take the inversion of this. Did it react on that first fair value gap? Holy cow, I did not see that. You are 100% correct. Good call, chart. Good call. Wait, was that who said that? No, that was Surgical Trader. Nice. Good call on that. This is the first fair value gap that another ICT tidbit. I'm going to save this actually. Nice reaction there. Order block. If I'm considering this still as an order block, it's to the midpoint. Right there. So this fair value gap, we need to find it, it needs to find resistance in that order block. We do not want it to go past that fair value gap if we're going to use this as a order block, a bearish order block. Chart Trader, I think first time I'm seeing you here. Welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. TOC, anyone know why Discord app is called Discord? Isn't Discord is like when you discord between people? I'm pretty sure that's what. Yeah, right there. There's your definition. Discord. It's a disagreement between people. Lack of harmony. I think it has something. Discord is in relation to communication. All right, so look at the rejection we're seeing right now. Look at the rejection. Now we want to see, is this going to act as a breaker or are we going to melt right through it? If we melt right through it, I'm watching this inversion fair value gap right here. Now, remember the time we're looking at? We're looking at 9:45 or 10:45 to 11 as our completion of our macro time. Look at this, guys. I mean, this is a market maker sell model. I'm not looking to go long here. If it goes long, it has fooled me. I want to go short. All right, I'm checking one more time. Come on. Still nothing. Son of a gun. This is a large fair value gap, guys. That is very large. Okay. We're talking 30 handles. So you cannot use this as a typical inversion style stop loss. $15 hasn't been traded to. I'm assuming it's down here somewhere in this 931 wick. Don't get distracted by all of this up and down. Focus on the target. It is sell side. We're looking for sell side entries. What I want to see happen, ideally, I want to see a close to it. I want to see a retracement that puts in a bullish candle, creating an order block right here. And then I want to see us close below it. This order block that would show up right here gives me confidence on the trade moving lower that it doesn't retrace all the way back up to here. That's kind of the idea that I would want to see personally, because this is too big of a fair value. That's 30 handles. I'm not going to take an entry short and then not have a stop loss, have my stop loss if it closes above this. That's just absolutely huge. Or you go so small in your size that you're okay with a 30 handle retracement. That's just how you need to do it. Oh, TOC, who are you talking to? I don't know what that's in relation to. Oh, gotcha. In regards to Discord. Well, we will be using Discord as our function for our community. Okay, I want a green candle here. I want it to close up here and then run lower. Ugh, I don't like how big it's getting. Okay, there's green candles there. Probably a rejection right there. Breaker's irrelevant at this point. I'm going to go short on these order blocks. I'm short on the order blocks, folks. Stop at break even now. We're at 10 handles. I could just secure that, but I'm just going to move it. Let's see if we get a push. Target is going to be this level right here. That's going to be my target.
Order submitted.
Oh, 100% TOC. I will be even on this. I'll be kicking people out that are putting. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, I'm in my mind's on this trade at the moment. Can we get another 50 handle move? Don't retrace on me. I'm gonna slap you in the face. Come on. This is allowable. We got resistance right here. We just ran this low. That's okay. Deep breaths. I'm not liking that. Come on. Come on. I don't have the patience for that, guys. When you see that, such a good move, it's probably gonna... Let's see if I made the right decision. Closed it. Closed it. Closed it at 40 handles. Another 40 handle win. With one, guys, we made 80 handles, 80 to 90 handles today with a single micro contract. What I did today is what I tried to get in a normal trading day with my funded accounts. I literally did get out right in time. Some days. That's all I have to say, man. Holy freaking cow. Some days you're just in the groove. Some days it just clicks. I don't know. I mean, folks, let me go back. Let me go back right here. Look at this. We're on the 30-second chart. Let me go to the 1 minute. Let me show you my entries. You have seen every single trade I've taken. This was my break-even trade. Break-even, you can see that. It didn't run. But right here, look where I got in. My entry was 1972 or 972, right here. That was my entry. I got in planning on this rejecting because we already filled this volume or this fair value gap right here. I got in thinking, you know what? I'm just going to get in right here. I know where price is going to go. And if we are in a market maker sell model, which I was 99% confident we were, that we should reject this level. I literally got in and 1972, and then literally a second later it starts dropping and it just runs. Guys, I don't take credit for that timing of a giant drop. I've been wrong before, and I'm glad I got out when I did, because I would be stopped out at break even. That's freaking close enough for me. 930 price. This was the 930 price right here. This is 930 price on the mini chart. Okay? It didn't touch it. I'm just going to sell it. I don't need it to hit the level. I'll be happy with how close it got. It doesn't need to be exact. I'm close. I'm fine with, when it comes close to it. So some days things just work. And when we look at the chart, guys, look at the chart. Look at this chart. Take a screenshot of this chart. This is a picture perfect market. Yes, it's the day before NFP. And if I had my eval account, I would have only been trading that, but for whatever reason, it hasn't loaded. So I was willing to take a single micro on my funded accounts, and I've made as much money on a single micro that I make on other normal trading days with my funded accounts. Why? Because of what you see here. This structure you need to memorize. Guys, I'm going to hang on a second. The background of my screen is this model. The background of my computer screen, my desktop picture, is this right here. It is this. That's what I have it. It was actually when we made the we made a all-time high, and the structure was so beautiful. I took everything off of it and I snapshot. I spread it out over my entire screen. I did this type of thing, and I literally snapshot this and put on my key levels so I could memorize this. This here is everything. Every P array, every fair value gap, order block, entry technique, inversion fair value gap, breaker, mitigation block, rejection block. Everything needs to be viewed out of this structure. If you view it out of this structure, if you can see this forming, do you guys remember when I said about right here? We were right about here. And I said, guys, this is looking like a beautiful market maker, the beginning of a beautiful market maker sell model. I said it right here. When I don't know how to make this. This is what it looked like. What do I want? I want to do that. Nope. Sorry, I'm getting somewhere with this, folks. This right here. I was saying this looks like the beginning of a beautiful market maker sell model. I said it right here. Why did I say it here? Because anytime you have a market maker sell model, it starts with consolidation, accumulation, aggressive accumulation, accumulation 1, accumulation 2, with nice expansion levels moving to a key level. What is that key level? Our previous day high. We don't know 100% for sure that that's what it is, but we can reasonably predict that it is going to be that. because we've seen it happen enough in the past that when it hits this level, now we're saying, okay, is price going to reverse? Waiting, 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 waiting. Here. This is where I took my first short. See ya, TOC. This was where I took the first short because I was anticipating this. I was anticipating the sell model to begin. I got lucky with that. I got lucky with that. I didn't get lucky with the entry. I got lucky with how big of a move. It just happened to give me that size of a move. Model entry, standard. It was right there. That's where I took the trade. We took the short here expecting the sell model to commence. Okay? What happens next? When we're at this point in time, we have to look at where is it going to come back up to? I have two levels in mind. Immediately, 3 levels. I have 3 levels in mind. Level number 1, the wick low or the closed price of the down closed body on the buy side of the chart. Number 2, the inversion fair value gap that was created when it ran through it. And number 3 would be this low right here, which would be a breaker. Those are the 3 levels that I would be watching for price to come back up into. Which one? I don't know. Which one do you have the best opportunity of success in to get into a trade? The lowest one. It's also the most riskiest because price could reach all the way back up to here, and that is like about 30 handles, 62 to 89. That's almost 30 handles. So you would have to hold through a 30 handle drawdown if it wanted to come up to the breaker. What happens? It comes up to the inversion fair value gap while respecting the low of this order block. This is your entry for opportunity number 2. I didn't take that, but this is your entry opportunity. You also have the new day opening gap sitting right here for an extra point of confluence, telling you that, okay, if we stop around here, we're probably going lower. What happens? We move lower. Our next point of interest that I'm looking at now that we're running lower is if we get below this low, I'm keeping track of the lowest down close candle in this area here. There it is. That's what I'm watching. I'm watching that level here. Do we find resistance after we run through it when it comes back up to it from the buy side? You reference the buy side to the sell side, folks. Boom. We get a big drop right here. You are freaking out because you want to chase it. You cannot chase a sell side liquidity run. You wait for the retracement because what's going to happen? It's going to come back up. It comes back up just as we see here. Now that we are watching this level, we are saying to ourselves, if it continues to respect this and these new day opening gaps, because those are on here, we're keeping track of that. We need to find out where's our opportunity to go short. Okay? We're watching. We're watching. Oh, it runs without us because there's no entry. That's okay. We have a model for a specific reason. What happens? Oh, it comes back up. Surprise, surprise. Oh, it comes back up higher? Manipulation. Totally fine. We're not worried about it. We already know price wants to come down to here. Or at least we're expecting to, because this is a market maker sell model. If we're in a bullish environment, this is where it will turn and completely run the other way. So we need to be patient and wait. See what happens with price. So since it decides to run higher, we are now looking left at what is our next premium PD array. That would be this order block right here. So we're watching this bearish order block to see if it wants to find resistance there. It looks like it does. Your next opportunity is the close of this inversion fair value gap. This is the model that we're waiting for. Now, I decided to front run it because we created these order blocks and we wicked back up into it. This is where I went short. This is where you could go short now. This is your surefire, absolute, guaranteed way to make sure you know price is now going to run this low. We already came up here, hit this order block. We already know it's a buy side or it's a sell model. So now what do? We should be taking a short here, targeting this here or the 930 price. And in one candle, that's what we get. It almost hits it to the tick. How much? That's 2 ticks. We missed that by 2 ticks. Are you okay with price missing your target by 2 ticks and you deciding to close the trade? I am. 2 ticks out of all of this move, get 40, 50, 60 handles. I'll take my close before the 2 ticks hit. I'm fine with that. This here is what you need to remember, need to memorize, because when you have the confidence that this is taking place, when it hits an order block, it creates an inversion. You just have so much more confidence to go short. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't even see this. What is that, folks? It's a breaker. Breaker, breaker. High, low, higher, high, displacement lower. Breaker. Order block. Confidence that we're going to run lower. It's the confidence that you build over time, seeing this over and over and over, that when it hits an order block and a breaker, knowing that we're in a market maker sell model, this could be an entry right here, folks. I missed that one, so I didn't take it because I didn't see it. That's okay. You have another opportunity on the inversion. There's so many opportunities in this structure. You just got to pick what you like and begin to look for it and wait for it in price. Does this structure happen every day? This clearly, no. Do you see market maker sell models almost every day? Yes. Yes. They're just not always this perfect. This is so beautiful, so perfect in execution. This is why today's price action, this is why I took 1 micro on 2 trades and literally made my daily goals on normal trading days, because it was perfect price action. These are the days we wait for. It just sucks that we were intending to be all eval today and didn't take my normal size. That's okay. There'll be other days. All right, I'm done with my spiel. That's it, folks. Let's see where price is now. Oh, wait. Look at what we hit. Price is on point today. Price is on point today. Here's an inversion right now. We just closed below it. What do you think's going to happen? It's 10 o'clock. I'm expecting a run. Could be wrong. I'm not taking it, but that's what I'm watching for. It could come back up into the new day opening gap here, find some resistance. It could come back up to this breaker, find some resistance. But this is the target. If it decides to run through that, maybe London lows. I don't think the previous day low is going to be hit. If I'm the market, I would leave this untouched. I would leave it untouched. Oh, guess what just showed up? My evals are now here. I'm not, with how nice this price action's been, I may consider taking another trade. It would be right there. Do I want to take it? Yes, we're going to take it. Eval. I'm on an eval account, folks. Finally. We could retrace higher into here, but it's 10 o'clock. We're still on the macro time. I still think we could run this low. We could consolidate more. I just don't know when the time is for it to hit this level. So I'm taking a stab that it's going to be now. Based on time. It's 10 o'clock. This is the time price wants to run. Or it's 11 o'clock. Hey guys, on my end, it looks like stuff is frozen. Give me a thumbs up, somebody in the chat. Let me know that you're seeing me in this trade right now. Everything on my stuff is frozen, and I'm not sure if it's going through or not. All right, I saw a thumbs up there. All right, so here's the drop, folks. Got my target at 9:30. That's what we're targeting. I kind of want to size up. Adzi, today is probably one of the best days you want to see. I mean, today's executions are absolutely phenomenal. You will want to go back and watch the recording. I should move my stop to break even right here, but I'm not. Technically, we didn't hit this low. Should have probably moved it when on this low, but I'm not. I could have closed the trade out. I'm kind of holding for this, guys. And it's my eval account. I'm okay. Okay, there's a breaker tag for the low. There's the body of the breaker. Let's see what happens here. We closed on the fair value gap or the breaker. I'm going to add one position there. Small inversion fair value gap right here. Want to see that inversed? I have multiple opportunities to close it now. I am intentionally not. So if this runs against me, I'm okay with that. I'm honestly okay with that. I'm looking for this right here with my two contracts. I'm looking for this. This is what I want. I'm okay taking a loss if that's what it's going to give me. I am not sweating at all. Actually, I think I'm more anticipatory than anything else. Like, I just like, ooh, this is gonna go. That's kind of how I feel right now. I could be wrong, and I'm okay with it. If we close below this, I may even add another. If we close below this, looking to see it target that, I might take another. This is a breaker here, folks. We could reach up into some of these volume imbalances, which is a real possibility. Looks like we're going to run up here. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, that body didn't give me any confidence. Can I be completely honest with you guys? I've kind of decided that I would let this run as high as it needs to go to see if I can get this trade. Meaning I'm okay with losing the account. I just need to make sure you guys understand that if anybody is watching this trade. I'm kind of emotionally at that spot. What do you got, Jason? I like this, especially at the fit with 47 seconds left. Let's see how let's see if it wants to continue. Usually the big candles will do that right at first, and then either completely retrace and run the other direction or continue. So I'm hoping for the first. Actually, if I hit my target here, I think this will pass the account. I can see it coming up into this fair value gap here. And rebalancing this. This is the last fair value gap in this run, in this price leg. You can see on most of these, we came up to the last, well, there's one here, but we came up really high in the price legs. So it wouldn't surprise me if we reach up into here. If you guys have liked this stream so far, do me a solid and hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. This has been SOR. I just told everybody that this is an eval trade. I'm honestly willing to let it fail to see if I can get it. So I said that to everybody on here. But if I'm from this entry here that I took, I would have already been out. I've already been out because it violated this. inversion fair value gap here. So this trade, there it is. It just failed right there. So this trade would have been invalid when it ran above this level here. So that account failed. As you guys can see, that was the only trade I took on it. I took it based on us coming up into this inversion fair value gap and looking for it to run lower. Now, because we ran this low, I would have moved my stop to break even, and this would have been a break even trade, but I decided to hold it to see if we could get my 930 price. So it was a judgment call on my end that I took, but I think we're still going to run down here. What's DLL? I'm glad you figured it out, Jason. My daily loss limit. So I have, typically it's 1 or 2 trades. I don't have a loss limit. My management strategy on my funded accounts is I will take 1 losing trade with proper risk management. And if my second trade is a loss, I'm done for the day. So my risk management really allows me, it's about $200 for a trade. $200 is typically the amount of a 10-handle stop loss on a mini contract, and that's typically what I'll allow. I think the only other option, guys, here is if we close below this level, I may, if we are aggressive here and we close below this, I'll use that as an entry. But I'll do proper risk management and everything for you guys. I like where the body's closed. You see how it came up into this fair value gap? Wicked, closed below it. Why do I want to wait for this? I want to wait for this to tell me that it wants to continue lower. We got equal lows here. That's when I will move my stop to break even. So there's a high probability that this is going to be a break even trade. If a trade at all, because it has to close between this low and this in that box. It has to close inside this box for me to take an entry. And as soon as we hit this low, I need to move my stop to break even. Those are the inversion rules that I use. Now, I want you guys to see something here. Remember how I referenced from the inception of this move to this high? Look at where that lines up with. Look at that. Ah, dang it. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? That is the beauty of market maker buy and sell models. They're very symmetrical. Meaning, honestly, I should consider everything after this is not part of the market maker sell model. Honestly, I probably should. Why? Because this has already taken place. Everything else after this is going to be consolidation, manipulation before it decides to run it. And that could be right away. It could be an hour later. Who knows? But this is beautiful. Look at that. Deborah, thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Now, if we close above this, I'm not interested in that going to these highs because we really never ran liquidity here and we've just been consolidating, slowly moving higher. That means a lot, Deborah. Thank you so much. On many levels, that means a lot. Thank you. Okay, we did not close above that. I told you I'm not interested in it, but when you see a candle be aggressive like this in the next one, I think we'll probably or have an opportunity to run this high. And these are kind of the eval trades you can take if you're willing to take the risk on them. We didn't because it's not an A+ inversion. This isn't an A+ inversion. It's an inversion, but it's not A+. So we'll take this and try to manage our risk appropriately. This is about 15 handles for this gap. Excuse me. This fair value gap is about 15 handles. I would want to wait for a retracement into there because I don't want to take it high, but it could run without me. Wouldn't surprise me if it runs. We're going to see, guys, for those joining, we're watching this inversion fair value gap. We're going to see if it wants to find support here and move higher. I'm waiting for the tag into here and may consider waiting for a 1-minute change in state of delivery. It's confirmation that we're not moving lower because I just don't want to catch a falling knife. This is not an A+ inversion model. This is not. I need you to understand that. In fact, if we close below this, we may actually see a move to this low. I mean, that's why I'm saying it's not an A+ by any means. So this is really, we're reading order flow at this moment. Okay, what's going to happen here? I'm not taking a single stab. If anything, I'm waiting for a 1-minute change in state of delivery to confirm that we want to move higher. So SOAR, yes, that is true, but I think that's when we're in a higher time frame context. That's the answer. The bigger answer to that is it's in a higher time frame context. You can get market maker sell models that will complete and then run the other direction. Or you'll get market maker sell models that don't quite complete and then run the other direction. Okay, see how I haven't taken this yet? I'm waiting for the 1-minute change in state of delivery. Or if we get a close below this, that may actually be a better trade, to be honest. We're just, at this point, we're reading order flow. We're assuming the draw on liquidity is lower. Yes, that's what I would prefer. But I'm not opposed for it to run up here and then run lower. Okay, so it closed. Still don't have anything. Don't have anything short either. Let's see where this closes. If this closes green, we may see a push higher. This is the order block right here. Yeah, it's too smooth for me. Look at the 5 minute, folks. 5 minutes just a little too smooth. So it could find liquidity up there. We just need to see where price wants to go right now, and that's what we're trying to read. And right now, it's not telling us it wanted to go higher. I wanted to go long on this, but I said I wanted to wait for a 1 minute change in state of delivery. Okay, so it looks like it's more of a short than anything else. I am going to take that short. Target is this swing low right here. Stop is technically a close above that, but we're not going to let it get back up there. I do not like this rejection. It's still closed red. Let's see what happens here. I don't like how close it got. I probably will cut this trade short. Especially if we get a 1 minute change in state of delivery here. This is indicative of what happens after a market maker sell or buy model. It just gets a little harder to read. All right. There's the stop. Because literally at this point, it literally could go both directions. But here's the thing I need you guys to understand. Price action now is getting crappy. Why? Look at this fair value gap. We closed above it and then violated it. We didn't run the low, and now we're on track to violate it again or to move back in that direction. This is conducive of bad price action. What this means, it tells us that we need to sit out. I had to take a trade to find out, and that's okay. But because I'm seeing price action as we're seeing it right now, it is telling me to stay out. I'm going to stay out. I am not going to make any more trades. I am fine with walking away. We are green. We are 2 for 2 on our funded accounts. We went for 80 handles on our funded accounts. See this? This is dumb. This is dumb right here. It should not have done that. It went way deeper than it should have to show us it wanted to go back higher. We wanted to see it respect this inversion fair value gap. Okay? The model works, guys. So if the model works, you've seen it work. If it violates it and then continues in that direction, the question is, this price action has nice big runs, but it's sloppy. Over here, was it sloppy at all? Was it sloppy at all over here, guys? No, it wasn't sloppy by any means. This is the kind of, I mean, look at this order block respect right there. In the fair value gap, order block, fair value gap, found support here and then continued higher. Fair value gap, continued higher. Inversion fair value gap, stopped, barely went into it, dropped lower. This is where price is respecting. Price is not respecting, it's not respecting nothing here. So when you see this or you take a trade and the rules, you're following the rules and it's like, what the heck is going on? Why did it do that? Instead of saying that the model sucks, instead of saying, well, it doesn't work. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. No. It is a change in the market conditions. What do we got tomorrow? We got NFP. We got non-farm payroll. This is expected. This was not expected. I did not expect to see beautiful price action like this today. Holy macaroni. But something changed. And what changed? I can tell you what changed. We completed our market maker buy model and sell, we completed our market maker sell model. No, it did not hit the 930 price, which what I wanted. Technically, it doesn't have to, but when I look how close it got, 2 ticks, when I mark this as my beginning of my model, here to here, everything after that has been nasty. Everything after that has been, for the most part, has been nasty. Look at this inversion right here. It failed. This inversion right here failed. This inversion failed as well. So we have an inversion fail here. This inversion did work. This inversion failed. This inversion failed. This inversion failed. It's the time of day. It's not time of day. It's knowing that today was supposed to be bad price action because tomorrow is NFP. I mean, that's how I look at it. So it tells me it's time to stay out of the charts. So we're going to be done for today, folks. This was a phenomenal, great lessons today. Great lessons today. Great trading today. So we'll be back here tomorrow. It is just the problem that you cannot see all the reference points the algo is referring to. No, I get that. I get that. But when we see the reference point, what the algorithm is referring to changes during sloppy price action, and I don't have that down. I don't have that figured out. So if it's not working based on the model that I trade with, the logical answer is to stay out. Find something else to do. Go do something else. Go start studying price action. Go make a YouTube video, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do something else because I'm not liking the price action. Okay, folks. Hit the like button if you haven't, if you appreciate the commentary. If you want to use Apex, or you use Apex or planning on using Apex for your funded accounts, or to get an eval account, use the code DTJ to get 80% off your next eval account. Thanks, guys. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.